everyone, good morning. This is me, Avishka Thadani, and the bulletin today starts with Amazon India relocates headquarters, raises real estate concerns. DeepMind aims to break language barriers with AI. Google Gemini AI sparks controversy with malicious responses. Chinese hackers breach global telecom giants, including T-Mobile. Getinji expands in India with advanced healthcare technology. We have Anubal Fusion, which pursues innovative nutrient-free nuclear energy. Puma and Accenture transform supply chain with digital tech. In the previous quiz, we asked you who developed Yahoo. The answer is Jerry Yang and David Filo. It's time for our daily tech quiz. Here's today's question. What is the name of the device which is used to connect your computer to the internet? Confident you've got the answer? Drop your guess in the comments below. Tune into tomorrow's news bulletin to find out if you've nailed it. Stay tuned. Let's start with the first news. Amazon India is relocating the headquarters from the World Trade Center in Bengaluru's northwest to a site closer to the airport. This move is a part of a cost-cutting strategy by the e-commerce and cloud computing giant. Amazon, which is currently occupying nearly 500,000 square feet of the World Trade Center's 30th floor, owned by the Brigade Enterprises Limited, the shift leaves a significant vacancy that possesses challenges for the Brigade in securing a replacement tenant, potentially affecting its rental revenue. This relocation has also caused unease in the nearby residential community known for its tranquil bohemian vibe. Additionally, concerns have arisen about the impact on property values and rental income by nearby apartments. Amazon's decision reflects a broader trend of companies optimizing operational costs amidst rising real estate prices and market pressures. Now, we have Google DeepMind's Manish Gupta, who has announced a major initiative at the Hindustan Times Leadership 2024 Summit to make artificial intelligence accessible to India's diverse population, indicating regional language speakers. This project aims to eliminate linguistic obstacles, ensuring rural farmers in Assam and non-English speakers across the country can access AI-powered tools and information as seamlessly as English speakers. Gupta emphasized that bridging the language gap is critical for creating equitable AI solutions that empower people regardless of their location or language. This initiative reflects DeepMind's commitment to inclusive technology, pushing the boundaries of AI to serve underserved communities. By integrating regional language support into AI platform, DeepMind hopes to democratize access to knowledge and services, enhancing the opportunity for millions across India. Gupta's vision highlights AI's potential to create meaningful societal impact by fostering inclusivity and equal access to technology. Now we have Google's Gemini AI chatbot, which faced backlash after it gave a shocking response to a US student seeking homework assistance. Vidya Reddy, a 29-year-old from Michigan, was applied when the chatbot told him to please die during a conversation. The message, described as direct and hostile, caused panic for both Reddy and his sister, who witnessed the exchange. Google acknowledged the incident, calling it a violation of their policies and has taken steps to prevent similar output. The case has raised concerns about the safety and reliability of generative AI system. While experts note that such glitches are rare, the instances highlight the need for stricter oversight in AI development. Google assured users that it is working to improve the chatbot's safeguard to ensure safe interaction. The incident has reignited debates around the ethical responsibilities of AI developers in ensuring user safety. Now we have Chinese cyber espionage group Sol Typhoon, which has been linked to a series of sophisticated hacks targeting major telecom companies including T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon. The months-long operation, which has reportedly aimed to gather surveillance data from systems used by federal agencies for wiretapping and intelligence. While T-Mobile claims no significant impact on its systems or consumer data, reports suggest that hackers accessed sensitive surveillance tools and vast internet traffic from providers. The FBI and CISA confirmed similar breaches across international networks, raising alarms about the vulnerability of telecom infrastructure. These cyber attacks highlight the increasing sophistication of Chinese hacking group in compromising critical communication networks. Experts warn that such incidents could have long-term implications for national security and privacy. Efforts are underway to identify the extent of the breach and strengthen cybersecurity measures to prevent further attacks on telecom infrastructure. Now we have Swedish healthcare company Getinge, which is strengthening its presence in India by expanding its product portfolio and market reach. With over 2,000 installations in hospitals such as Apollo and Fortis, Getinge plans to grow its market share in the premium ventilator segment from 30% to 45% over the next 5 years. The company is also introducing innovative solutions including surgical tools and high-end operating tables tailored for hospitals in Metro City and Tier 2 and Tier 3 locations. India's rupees 820 crore ventilator market, growing at an annual rate of 8.12%, represents significant opportunities for the company. Additionally, Getinge is focusing on the Life Sciences Center, addressing the rising demand for sterile injectables and vaccines. The companies anticipate 30 to 35% growth in the segment, supported by its investment in the cutting-edge technology and sustainable practices. Managing Director Aruna Nayak emphasized Getinge's commitment to enhancing healthcare accessibility and innovation across India. Challenging traditional nuclear fusion methods, Anubal Fusion, a deep tech startup founded by Dr. Praveen Kinney, is working on a groundbreaking approach to generate clean energy. Unlike conventional methods that use hydrogen isotopes like deuterium and tritium, Anubal aims to fuse barium 11 with protons. This reaction produces helium and energy without eliminating harmful neutrons, addressing key safety and sustainability issues. The startup is collaborating with Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, which is developing a rupees 1,000 crore petawatt laser to support these experiments. While awaiting the laser readiness in 2025, Anubal will conduct supercomputer simulations to refine its processes. Recently, the company secured pre-seed funding from Special Investment and plans to raise rupees 1,000 crore within a year to further its research. This novel approach could revolutionize the fusion energy landscape and make clean, neutron-free energy a reality. Last but not the least, Puma India has partnered with Accenture to overhaul its supply chain and distribution network using advanced digital twin technology. The collaboration aims to improve operational efficiency, reduce cost, and enhance consumer satisfaction. The redefined supply chain will optimize fulfillment center layouts, material flow, and regional warehouse network. The transformation is expected to accelerate delivery times by up to 70%, cut supply chain costs by 10%, and double express delivery capabilities for online orders. In addition to speed, the initiative also supports Puma's sustainability goals by incorporating eco-friendly infrastructure like solar power, reusable material, and EV charging stations. These changes aim to meet growing consumer demands while minimizing environmental impact. According to Puma India's managing director, the partnership ensures the company remains competitive in the fast-growing e-commerce market. Accenture India's business lead Saurabh Kumar Sahu emphasized the agile, analytics-driven supply chain are crucial for brands to maintain relevance and profitability. This was it for today's news. For more such tech updates, make sure you stay to IT Voice.